in my past video, I talked about how my experiences with DMT and psychedelics didn't necessarily fix my problems with attachment and being able to let go and things like that. And while that's true, and I haven't fully gotten rid of those problems, I would say I should also mention that I probably would be in a lot more difficult space than I would be without the experiences, because I'd be lying if I said that the experiences that I had didn't educate me and really grow my soul development more than it would if I didn't have the experiences. Like, to be honest, I believe that I would be very lost without the soul growth experiences that I had with these things, and how it sort of put me on a different path. And I want to go into exactly what kind of path it put me on. And to get into that, I should go back to when I was 16. So when I was 16, I was starting to experiment with mushrooms, and I didn't really experience a profound change in my consciousness and my personality until I had my level 5 experiences, or well, level 5 experience. And with the level 5 experience, basically after I had that experience, and you guys know what a level 5 experience is basically just the death experience and being reborn. After that, I developed a saying that was pretty much along the lines of basically treat others how you wish to be treated, because if you don't, you're basically hurting yourself. And it's all about treating people with kindness and not being a force in nature that causes pain and destruction, and someone who doesn't seek revenge. Before that, I was not someone who was above revenge or seeking payment for something that has wronged me. And now, after those experiences, I've learned to let go of certain issues that I have with, let's say, people, and knowing that there's no reason to seek revenge on anyone, and that I would never want to hurt people. And ever since that, I've been very against violence. I don't like hitting or harming people. I don't really subscribe to doing any of that stuff. I believe that it's increased my empathy level to a level that's just beyond the ability to actually cause harm to people. I just can't do it. And that doesn't just stop at the physical. It goes into the emotional. I don't like to emotionally hurt people, and I try not to do it as much as I possibly can. I know that in certain circumstances you can't really avoid it, especially when you're feeling very lonely and depressed, and in certain states you become more self-serving, and that could harm other people. And sometimes you might try to push people out of your life that make you feel more lonely, because you're not in a certain instance where you feel like you can bring people on and be someone who is very friendly and supportive to other people. And I recognize that I'm far from perfect. I often go through periods where I feel very alone and not willing to be more acceptive of people, but I try not to go out of my way to hurt people. I try not to. I never go into revenge or anything, and I always wish that people will have a good life and not try to wish anything negative on them. And I believe that that mentality, I probably would be in a lot different place if I didn't have the experiences that I had with DMT and mushrooms and those kinds of experiences that really opened me up into being more compassionate towards people. I found I found it to be an increase in compassion, I think, and my compassion goes up and down based on how I'm feeling. Since I've been going through a very bad spot lately, I've noticed my compassion going a little bit down. Not to any level that is me capable of harming people, but I'm less likely to entertain people that aren't vitally important to me at the moment. I can't be someone who is able to really try to lift people up when I'm feeling so low myself. It's very hard to do that. I find that once I'm in better states, I'm more open to being more compassionate towards other people's presence and other examples around that. It's hard to explain without getting into too much detail, but I hope you guys get a feeling of what I mean when I say that. I definitely want to be more compassionate, but I feel like I've been dealt such a rough hand in life that it's really hard for me to do that. And I often have experiences where people are or at least I feel they're unnecessarily harsh to me, and it really sort of makes me feel jaded a bit. It makes me feel like it kind of lowers my resonance a little bit, and I don't like when that happens, but it's part of the process, I think. And hopefully I'll be able to heal from it and be in a better state to be able to lift people up again, instead of being very withdrawn and less open to people, I think. Yeah, it's a cycle for me, but it's just unfortunate that I'm in the downslope of the cycle. So it's I don't know when I'll be at the upslope again, but I feel like I just need to get more of a handle on my thoughts and the negative memories that associate with certain harshness that I've experienced in my life. And that's the problem with me. My brain constantly makes me remember all of the harsh things that happened to me, and it just overplays in my head, especially when I'm at work. The only way that I can really hide from it is when I'm working on crafts or working towards my career, and I find it really unfortunate that I have to do a job that I really hate and has nothing to do with my career. That's why I wanted to get into something that's creative, like tattooing, so that at least when I go into work, it's towards getting better at my craft. I can't keep working at a job that doesn't really do much for me in terms of making my career stronger. It's just a paycheck, and it's pretty meaningless. I just see it as a waste of time for me, and I really want to just focus on getting better. The problem is that I've took on two crafts that, and the problem is trying to master two of them is such a daunting task, especially when you have a day job. I try to keep up with it, but it often gets me very stressed, and people often say you gotta just pick one and only focus on that. And I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can just sort of forget about one, because I've worked so hard on both, and I know that if I only had one, it would be a lot stronger than splitting the two. But I was hoping that if I just make up for that in not wasting any time playing video games or I mean, even sleeping. I don't get enough sleep. I really should, because I know that sleep is really good for the body. But I'm just kind of trying to work as much as I can without burning myself out, and it gets pretty hard at times. But I do want to try to develop two of these crafts without becoming nothing and the jack of all trades, master of none type of situation. But yeah, I wanted to explain what what changes basically happened with DMT and psychedelics for me. And I know that I would be in a lot of a very different state of mind and personality if I didn't really have those experiences. So I'm very fortunate and glad that I had the experiences, but I know that I have a lot of soul growth to do. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to share. I hope you guys, you know, resonate with this video and appreciate it. And feel free to share your thoughts and whatever you think about this. If you relate, I'd be happy to hear it. So I'll see you in the next video.